how's it going? I know you haven't heard from me in a while. You're thinking, hey, did you die? Did something happen? No, it's summer. Let me tell you, August has been one hell of a month. In a good way. We really have not done anything with our reselling business throughout this month of August. We haven't been hitting the flea market every Sunday like we were supposed to. Really haven't sent anything to Amazon. Haven't posted anything new on eBay. Excuse me a minute, I gotta put these babies on. It just really hasn't been an active month for us in the business. Doesn't mean we haven't been selling stuff. Stuff still has sold that we've sent to Amazon previously, or stuff that we had listed on eBay. It's amazing. There's some stuff that, has been up on eBay since probably December, and all of a sudden it's selling. So you never know when stuff is going to sell. Obviously, it does better if you sell it quickly and get your money back, but doesn't always happen that way. But let me tell you about August. August has just been crazy. For one, we took a couple weeks ago a great family vacation. Spent a whole lot more money than we ever probably would have on a vacation. Let alone, we haven't taken a week's vacation, just a full stretch of a week, in years. Doesn't mean we don't take extended trips on the weekends. Doesn't mean we don't go places, do things. We just have never dedicated a full week time off. Shut down, unplug, enjoy life. We spent 4, almost 5 figures. I'll let you guys do the math on that one. And just didn't even care. All of it paid for by our reselling activities. Crazy to think that we went out and we just enjoyed ourselves. None of it came out of our personal savings. None of it came out of our normal income. All from reselling. We started off the vacation. You know what? I'm going to do a whole separate video just on the vacation. I've got clips to share with you guys from while we were out there that just were amazing. The kids had a blast. Had a really great time. So, weekend before we went on vacation, didn't go to the market. The week of the vacation, well, it encompassed 2 Sundays because we were gone for about 10 days. Didn't go to the market either one of those. Last weekend, didn't go to the market. This upcoming weekend, not going to the market either. Why? Because it's a Labor Day weekend. Chances are nobody's going to be there anyways. Very few people. The other thing about August is a couple weeks ago, there's a big antique show that goes on in this area. So a lot of people aren't going to be at the market anyways. They're all going to be at that Bulkville antique show. Right after that ends, our state fair kicks off, which happens to be in Syracuse where I'm at. So that's 2 weeks there that people aren't going to be at the market. They're going to be out there at the fair spending their money, playing games, eating fried food, riding rides, all that fun jazz. And then we hit Labor Day weekend and it's like, the month's gone. So I'm not concerned about not being at the market. Yeah, I'd like to have a little extra cash in my pocket right now, but I'm not concerned. Not the least bit. It's now time to put the action plan in place for Q4 and make some money. So I was originally thinking about setting up this Sunday. We're moving our warehouse. We're making some changes around. Our entire operation has changed probably 20 times since we began this. And we've just watched it grow and grow. Nowhere near where we thought it would be. We were thinking we were going to be a lot smaller at this point. And we do a decent volume that we never expected. We've gotten into some things that we never thought were possible this early on. Our wholesale stuff. Let me close up that window. I don't know if you guys can hear that air coming in. But, so this weekend I decided rather than move our warehouse, I'm taking off and going to see my reseller crack supplier. So, many of you know I constantly talk about Upper Valley Wholesale on here. And Matt has been great to us. Becoming a prominent supplier for our business. And the variety of stuff we can get from him has just been phenomenal. Matt and I have never met in person. So I was talking to him the last couple of days about some stuff that we're buying for the Halloween season, some stuff that, we're looking to acquire from him. And I sat down, I went, hey, you got plans for this weekend? And he's like, no, they're moving their warehouse too. They're moving to a different facility. And he's like, just stuff around there and everything else. I said, all right, don't bother packing up that pallet. I'm coming out to get it. So I'm going to take a trip out there. Paige and I are going to go out Saturday, drive out there, meet up with Matt, tour his facility, pick up our pallet, and bring it back home. Probably be a wash from what we would have spent on transportation costs, but it's the opportunity of going out there, seeing his operation, meeting Matt and his family in person, and just, bringing that extra bit back into our business. Reach out and shake his hand and thank him for, supplying us with a lot of the goods that we sell. It's just crazy how much our business has changed. So what else has happened in August? Well, we got back from vacation and had to hit the 9-to-5 grind. I can't wait to be done with that thing. But it's not all about just replacing the income and trying to get out of there. It's about changing our entire lifestyle. Money's not everything. It's all about the lifestyle. But I definitely won't miss this commute every morning with all the freaking traffic. Not sure why I suffer through it every day, but you know what? We do with the things we do, creatures of habit. But anyways, we got back from vacation, and the first week back I was just slammed with work. And then one of the days that week, I went out to start my truck after a long day at work, and I apologize, the sun kind of just shadowed me out the way I turned. It'll only be for a couple of seconds because the road bends right back around. But I go out after a really crazy day at work. A lot of crap had happened. I was just mentally drained, and I go to put the key in my truck, and I turn it, and it goes, dong. So I knew the starter had been acting up for a few weeks prior, and I just was putting it off. There's a bunch of other work that had to be done on this truck, and finally the starter, just quit and said, "Hey, I don't want to work no more." So fuel lines need to be replaced, the airbag sensors, a couple other things. It needs an inspection, and I can't get it inspected until I do all of those other things. And it's just I'm looking at dropping $3,500 into a truck that, is a 2005, not worth putting the money into. I made the mistake earlier this year putting $2,000, $2,500 into it, brake lines and a few other things that I probably should have never put in then. But it is what it is. So I just I don't want to deal with it. So we have another vehicle, and Kathy and I just that week carpooled. I'd take her to work every morning, and then I'd go to my job, and then I'd go pick her up. And so we were we got to figure out something. We got to do something. I don't want to put the money into the truck because we'll never get it back out of it. Now, unfortunately, we still had a loan on this vehicle. We bought it used a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't remember. Before we ever got into reselling. And, it was a thing Kathy did. She was doing a great job. She was buying it as a surprise for me for my birthday. Only she took somebody who she thought she could trust with her to the purchase, and she ended up kind of getting screwed over. Lesson learned, yada, yada, yada. She ended up paying more for the vehicle than she ever should have. But vehicle got us through, met our needs, worked out great getting stuff back and forth to the market. So started looking Friday night, found a truck online I liked, messaged the dealer. I was at dinner with my mother-in-law and with Kathy, and messaged the dealer, and first thing Saturday morning they called me and they're like, "Hey, I saw you're interested in this truck." I'm like, "Yeah." Sorry, but we sold it last night. Man, are you kidding me? You sold the truck I wanted? hey, why don't you come on out here, take a look at what we got. We got tons of vehicles. And I'm like, well, I went through your entire inventory online. And the lady starts laughing at me on the phone. She's like, that's not even a third of what we have. She's like, we don't have time to list everything on there because we sell through our inventory so quick. She's like, please, come on out. I got plenty of trucks for you to choose from. Take a look. So we went out there, we explained to her that, we're upside down in this one, what we're looking to do. She's like, no problem. Let's find you something that'll work. So we ended up leaving Saturday night with a new truck. Well, it's not brand new, it's another used truck, and this thing is loaded with creature comforts. Something I normally wouldn't have bought, but, with having to roll over the other payments, everything else, we needed something with a little bit of equity in it to balance everything out. So, just phenomenal, and the payment went up from what we were paying before, and we don't care because our reselling business pays for it. We primarily use the truck in the reselling business. So it's like the amount of stuff that doing this reselling business has done for our, like, getting bills paid off, getting things taken care of, being able to go on vacation, buy vehicles without being concerned about the cost, all kinds of stuff. It's just crazy. So for those of you who just are getting started, you're going to have some growing pains. The first few weeks, the first few months, as you get into this business, you're going to be learning quite a bit. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. You got to make the best of it. Don't give up. Words of wisdom. Don't give up. You'll have times you want to throw that towel in and say, forget it, I ain't doing this, this is too hard. Don't. Write it out. It gets better. So, it's I'm thankful for everything that we've done with ours, and I look forward to the future and what this business holds for us and where we can go with things. We started November last year, at the end of November, so like Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday, we were just like, had to do something. That's when we've listed our first couple things, was that weekend. And we quickly outgrew our room that we dedicated in the house. It was in the room that was dedicated. It was in our living room. It was in our dining room. It was in a room upstairs. It was in our garage. It was like, we got to do something different. So February, we moved into a dedicated office space. It was like 600 and something square feet. That at that time, the way our business was, that was going to be great. It was going to work out for us. And our business, our business model flipped on us again during the couple of months, that were going on. And we started getting into these pallets and this wholesale stuff and receiving truckloads of stuff. And unfortunately, the building we're at is not set up as a warehouse. So trying to get a pallet in their doors doesn't work. They have man doors. There's one spot I could bring a pallet in. I could get it into the building, but I couldn't get it into my suite. So it didn't do me any good to have it in the hallway. And, if you have a truck show up with, 3-4 pallets, you can't leave those just sitting in the hallway. People need to get up and down the hallway to get in and out of their suites. We talked to the owners there about, making accommodations, other options. They had a couple with exterior doors. Could we put, a roll-up door on it? Could we do, all kinds of things? And they were trying to work with us. And the management locally of the building was working with us great. It's the owners who are out of state. They're just like, no, they're adamant they don't want their building to turn into a warehouse. They want it to remain office space. So, we kind of only been using it for the last couple of months as storage. Literally, we put stuff in totes, stick it over there, stuff's on shelves. Merchandise we have listed is all in bins and inventoried. We don't really use the office space like we were before. We started moving some of the shipping equipment back to our house because we're just boxing up stuff for Amazon right there at the house because the pallets are all in the garage. And it's just like, here we go, filling the house again. So we started looking around for commercial warehouse space and everything else, and just didn't find anything that 100% screamed at us as this will work for you. So we've made a couple arrangements, and we're getting out of that office space, and we are going to run our operation out of our house. We have that dedicated office in our house and the space for it. We will either continue to receive pallets at our house, or I've arranged for a couple commercial storage units that will receive the pallets for us. Almost like warehouse space, but different. I don't know how to describe it. A couple of them are storage units. One of them is climate controlled. They're all at the same facility. Give me 1 minute here. He's got back up. One of them's climate controlled, so that we can not have to worry about any meltables or anything else that we may have. But it's just amazing how much our business has transformed in less than a year. So for those of you watching it who have been going on and are struggling, let me know where we can help you. How can I advise you? How can I help you along your journey to freedom? Our journey has just grown huge. And it's funny because back in February, I met up with Bonafide Hustler and E-Money. So was down in Austin, Texas, and happened to reach out to Chris and said, hey, let's meet up. I'm a member of the Green Room. I just started this journey, and I want to pick his brain a little and see how they do some stuff, and had a great time with those guys. And some of the conversation we had there just changed. And one of the things Chris said was, you always got to be evolving. This business is going to change on you. You got to figure out what direction you want to head in and where you want to be, and just make your mindset that, and set your goals and go forward. And it's just crazy. But alrighty, so I'm at work now, and I'm going to cut this short. It's going on 17 and a half minutes, almost 18 minutes. So get out there and go do, you hustlers. And don't forget, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about your business, where you're struggling and you want some advice, reach out to us. Throw it in the comments below. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. All the links are down below. We're here for you. Alrighty. Watch for our vacation highlight video coming up soon. And I'll post a video after our trip to Ohio to go see Upper Valley Wholesale when we get back. Alrighty, guys.